Oh, hi! A pleasant day, Biologics. I am James, your Biologic teacher for today. In front of me is one of the most innovative innovations of humankind. We call it the microscope. It came from the Greek words mikros, which means small, and scopein, which means to look at, to see, or to examine. Thus, this scientific instrument is used as an aid for our eyes to see and examine small things that the human eyes cannot see. But of course, it is crucial that before we delve deeper into this amazing instrument, let me just walk you through the history, a very brief history as to how this magnificent instrument came to reality. In 1590, two Dutch spectacle makers and father and son tandem, Hans and Zacharias Johnson, create the first microscope. In 1667, Robert Hooke's famous Micrographia is published, which outlines Hooke's various studies using the microscope. And of course, it is also worth noting that in 1665, Robert Hooke has observed compartments in cork under the microscope and guess it, named it cells. It is then imperative to note that Hooke utilized the microscope to observe his breakthrough discoveries about the basic unit of life. Anton van Leeuwenhoek in 1675 used a handheld microscope with one lens to observe insects and other specimens. Leeuwenhoek is credited for the discovery of single-celled microorganisms as he was the first to observe protists and bacteria, on which he referred to it as wee animalcules, which means small animals. He was the first even to think of looking, certainly the first with power to see. This is the reason why Leeuwenhoek is universally acknowledged and honored as the major proponent of microbiology and microscopy.
In today's time, several types of microscopes are already created and invented with varying magnification powers and are being widely utilized in different scientific studies involving minute particles. Some of these types of microscopes include the optical microscope, compound microscope, light microscope, and that of the electron microscope, which can either be a transmission electron microscope or TEM, or the scanning electron microscope or SEM. In fact, did you know that as to date, a microscope named as Titan Krios, which is a 12-foot cryogenic transmission electron microscope or Cryo-M, is referred to as the world's most powerful microscope invented.
Come and let me show you how magnificent it is to observe minute specimens using a light microscope.
These are animal-like protists known as protozoans, which are single-celled organisms and one of those that were first observed by Leeuwenhoek.
It is no doubt that the microscope is a revolutionary scientific instrument that has opened up a whole new world of discoveries. Like that of the microscope, let us begin to appreciate small things in life and be grateful of all the bigger things that life has to offer. Until our next session, Biologics, and together, let's learn biology.